Hello and welcome to the second episode of Let's Transform a Village. This is a series where I turn a normal vanilla Minecraft village into what you see there, a really good looking town. Now, where we left off last time, we had completed the walls, an archway, and we were on our way to finishing one of the houses. So as you can see, we're nearly done, but it's still not quite there, and I just need to finish the roof and do some walls and a bit of detailing, and then it will be on its way. As I said in the previous episode, you can watch my tutorial on how to make a house just like this, because this is a let's build and not a tutorial. I will just skip through a lot of it, and I'm gonna just fast forward the creation of this house, and I'm probably not going to show the other houses being created because they are the same. After you've got that basic framework and the size correct, you'll just use the same recipe every time, so there's no point in me just repeating myself and giving you motion sickness because I'm doing this first person. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of this house, adding in, as you may have seen from my tutorial, cobble steps, cobble slabs, the walls, the windows, and anything like that. And if you go inside this house, you'll see that there's nothing there. I'm not going to touch the interior on this Let's Build. If you're undergoing a project similar to this, you can handle that yourself, I'm sure. Okay, so this house is looking fairly complete now. It's time for me to move on to the other ones, but like I said earlier, I'm not going to show that on screen because it's very similar to what you've seen now. Now I'm going to move on to working on the farms. If you remember the plan that I drew last episode, I know. I crossed out the old ones and I made more circular ones that are going to be a bit more decorated. You can't obviously tell that from my picture because all I did was draw a circle, but the intention was there. So what I'm going to do is add a wall with some quite peculiar detailing to it. I add logs, some fences, and then I decorate it with spruce. I'm then going to give this a water feature, so I'm going to add a rock in the middle of it, and then put water falling down into a small pool. Once I've put that together, I then decorate the rock with some cobblestone, and then add the water that falls down into the pool there. I then go on to make little hot spots of water so that the farmland stays hydrated. I then hoe down all of the grass, add my crop, and leave it there to grow. And then I do the finishing touch of adding some sand and a few reeds. And this is what it looks like when you've completed all the farms and the houses. Obviously I've skipped through a lot of it because it is a little bit of rinse and repeat here. I have added a lot of little details. I've added some little flower patches, and I did do a flag in the middle. That was quite easy, it was just a log stem with fences and then a flag. But there is a space here though where I'm going to add a cart. And I start by doing the wheel, making my way to the frame of the cart there, do the other wheel, then repeat on the other side. Now I did do a quick tutorial on how to make a cart exactly like this. It's almost like I prepared it, and if you are undergoing a project like this, it is there to teach you how to do it. So I'm just finishing up the car, adding the other side's wheels, the front there. There's no Ernie this time to pull it, but I'm just adding the wool on the top. I did actually forget the fences in my tutorial, but in this Let's Build I didn't. And then of course adding the ladders and the rails combo over the top. And then I decorate around it a little bit, so if someone was trying to sell something, so I add some chests and some crafting tables, pots, make it look a bit more alive. So in this final segment, there's just a few bits of touching up to do. I have formed the paths that go through the town, I've added little pots and flowers on the house, and this part is just decorating. You can add fences all the way along your paths, you can add lights, anything that you think would add to your town. In places where it's hard to climb up, or indeed just along the paths, you can add half slabs just to make it so you don't have to jump. So now we've come to the end of this Let's Build. I know I skipped quite a lot of things, but I felt like the message got across. So we've now got all three segments, the archway, all the houses, farms, a cart and a flag. I never touched the interior, as you can see there, because who's got time for that? Now I added lots of details all over the town, and I'm just going to give a quick walk around so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, the layout did not change from the vanilla village. I just built on what was there, and that led to some of the houses being a little close together, so you have to work with what you've got. No two houses are the same, however. They are built completely uniquely, and they all have something different about them, whether it is that they have a balcony or the roof is a different shape. So as you can see, it looks pretty good. I want to see if you can do better. If you can, send me a picture, I'll retweet it and concede to you. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any more ideas, stick them in the comments. I do all sorts of tutorials and let's builds, so just let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.